Okay, everyone. Welcome to the orientation class and taking out your spare time to be in the group and to attend the orientation class. So, without wasting any further of your time, we'll start right away. First of all, as you know, that the name of the session is Meet Your Trainer. So, to begin with my profile, my name is Muhammad Hassan Salim. I am a qualified chartered accountant from ICAP, Pakistan. Currently, I'm working as an assistant manager in AF Ferguson. For international students, AF Ferguson is actually the name of PwC's branch in Pakistan. The PwC office in Pakistan is known as AF Ferguson. So I'm actually working for international students reference. I'm working as a senior associate too in PwC. Other than that, I'm currently working on a PwC international secondment as a senior associate too. Altogether, I have a working experience of more than 6 years in external audit and business advisory department. Okay, so the first question that might come to anyone of your anyone's mind is that why should you choose this course? Like, as you know that there are a lot of courses available on Udemy or Coursera, or even you can get free lectures on YouTube as well, right? This question might be there in your mind, somewhere in your mind. So I have a few answers to it. Firstly, if you take a course that is recorded, or you take recordings on YouTube, those classes are never interactive. Like, for example, you can get a very good trainer, or you can get a very good content on YouTube, that for sure there is, but you'll never be able to interact with the trainer. For example, 90% of the lecture was very good, but the remaining 10%, in the remaining 10% you had any query, for that you'll have to find someone else to get that resolved, since you won't be able to interact with the trainer on YouTube. So the first benefit that you get over here is that our classes are fully interactive. My teaching style is actually based on the thing that I make sure that wherever I teach in the class, I try to make sure that you guys practice that as well with me, along me. So I'll do something, I'll tell you the concept, I'll tell you the structure of the formula or whatever the tool is. And after that, I'll share an example with you, and I'll give you some time to practice that, so that whatever you learn you actually practice that in the class and you don't have anything particular to do at home. As I know that you're busy with your studies, or if any one of you is working, it might be difficult for you to manage time for the homework as well. Like, you'll be hardly managing time to get the live class. So for anyone who has a very limited time for learning, it would be difficult for you to go back to home and then practice stuff. So I would request you all to join the live class and practice stuff with me. So if you have any query, we can get it resolved by the end of this session. Second thing, as you know that, as I've already said, that yes, there is a lot of stuff available on YouTube. You can learn anything on YouTube, but with the limited time that we have available, and considering the hectic routine everybody is in, it's very difficult for you to spend time on investment without knowing the purpose, or without knowing the actual requirements of the real world data. The benefit that you get while taking the courses from me is that, since I have been working in the field and on data for more than 6 years now, so I know what kind of data do you get, and what are the specific requirements that you have to deal with, right? I know the exact types of data, how you get it extracted from the systems like SAP or Oracle, what kind of structure it's in, and the exact requirement that are expected from you. So I'll be providing you with the focused content. Focused content means that the exact content that you'll be working on once you join a firm as a trainee, or once you join industry as an employee, right? So I'll make sure that none of your time is wasted, and you are provided with the most relevant stuff, the most relevant Excel functions and formulas that are exactly required in the market. Thirdly, Q&A sessions. Okay, what does Q&A mean? Q&A mean question and answer session. Firstly, I would prefer that all of you attend live classes, but I know that considering the hectic routine that you have, it's not possible. And also, since we have international students as well, so considering the timing difference that we have, it might not be possible for everyone to join the live classes. So for those students who are actually relying on recordings, we'll make sure that we have a Q&A session every week. So if you watch the recordings and then you have any query, you can bring that query in the Q&A session, and we'll try to make sure that no query or no concern is unaddressed, right? At the same time, I'll be available on WhatsApp as well. So if you have any query, please take the screenshot, or if you're finding any difficulty in any formula or applying any like particular tool, just take the screenshot, send it to me, and I'll reply ASAP, right? Since we have a timing difference with the international students, so I might be sleeping while you are practicing. But don't worry, whenever you take the screenshot and send it to me, I'll reply ASAP. The other thing, as you can relate with the focus content point, is the practice material. You won't have to download, or won't have to make your own data to practice. I'll be the one providing you with the relevant data, the relevant practice material, right? So if you have those practice files and you do your practice, you'll be good to go. I'm not saying that you can't download anything other than that. You can, like, if you want to practice, you can do as well. But as far as sufficiency is concerned, if you want to have a very good grip on Excel, you don't need to download any other file or any other practice material other than that I'll share with you guys. So that should be sufficient for everyone to master all the formula and tools that we learn in the class. Last but not the least, uh, it's very good that you take live classes, but those who can't, you'll get the recordings, and the access to those recordings would stay for 1 year with you. So if you can't take the classes in the first week, you can take them in the second week, third week, fourth week, and until the end of first year. So you'll have the access until first year, right? The completion of first year. So far so good. Any queries or visibility or any other concern regarding the slides that we have covered, right? Since we have to complete the session on time, so I would request that firstly ask only those questions regarding the agenda items that have been covered in the slide. Other than that, at the end of the session, you'll have sufficient time to ask your individual queries. Any queries so far? Any concern so far? Any query or confusion? Okay, I believe there's no question or confusion. Okay, so coming back to the PPT. Okay, one thing. I've always believed that there's always something to learn. And this is what I expect from you guys. Never believe, regardless of the trainer, like, it's your choice to take the course from me or someone other whom you find reliable, but always believe that there is something to learn. Never say that I'm expert of anything. Like, as I've mentioned that, in fact, just give me a moment. I forgot to mention the profile, the portfolio. As you can say that I have taught more than 700 registered students, and I have trained four corporate clients. And as you can say that, see that the background of my students has been very diverse. Like, I have trained MBAs, I've trained CA trainees, project directors, IT professionals, entrepreneurs, sales professionals. So it's been diverse. But having said that, I still say that I am a student. I never claim to be an Excel expert. Although I know a lot of stuff in Excel, Excel 365, Power Query, Power BI, but still I say that I'm learning. I'm in the phase of learning, and with every passing day, I try to learn something new. So this is the thing. This is the attitude that I would expect you all to have. Always believe that you have to learn something new. Never say that, okay, I've learned sufficient and now that's enough. When your attitude gets like that, it's the end of your learning, and then your learning curve just stops there. So whatever opportunity you have, always try to avail that, as long as it's something regarding investment in your skill, in your personality, in your interpersonal skill, or anything that is kind of investment in yourself, right? Okay, so coming to the course, Advanced MS Excel for Professionals. It has 12 classes. The duration of each class would be roughly 60 to 75 minutes, as I have told you that we'll be doing practice in the class as well. So obviously that would take some extra time, but still I'll try to make sure that it doesn't exceed 75 minutes. Initially, I've planned that there would be two classes per week, but if you guys say, we can increase it to three classes per week, that is at your convenience, like as per your convenience. Okay, coming to the investment point of view, you'll have to, for Pakistani students, the fee is rupees 10,000, and for international students, the fee is USD $50, right? 10,000 for Pakistani students, and if you are an international student, you'll have to pay USD 50. Okay, so coming to the course outline. Okay, apparently our course outline starts from conditional calculations, but as I know that not all of you are familiar with Excel, so before we begin the advanced Excel sessions, we'll be having gripping the basic sessions, in which I'll make sure that everybody who joins the advanced Excel course is at par with everyone else. So we'll cover all the basics of Excel, uh, along with the keyboard shortcuts, so that nobody like feels blank when we start the advanced Excel classes. So before the session begins, we'll have basic Excel class to make sure that everybody is at par before the advanced Excel session. Okay, so coming to the outline, first class would cover conditional calculations, as if you can see what the conditional calculations actually are: if, nested ifs, count ifs, and sum ifs. Class 2 would be covering pivot tables from basic to advanced, and this would include slices, timelines, and report filter pages. Class 3 would be based on filters. Class 4 will focus on text to column, fill in series, date functions, and match. Class 5 will cover VLOOKUP and index match. Class 6 will cover text functions. And this is not like simple text functions. We'll be covering complex 5 cases, right? 5 complex cases to to master these functions. Then we'll be covering data functions. It will include grouping, ungrouping, subtotal, data consolidation from different sheets, as well as data validation. Then we'll be covering a very important thing, that is offset and conditional formatting, right? Okay, and if someone says that conditional formatting is very it's a very common thing and it's merely highlighting, no, that is not the case. That is just the basic conditional formatting. What we'll be doing is formula based conditional formatting, so that what we'll have learned in in the conditional calculation class, we'll be practicing that with conditional formatting, right? Okay, then we'll be covering data visualization. What does that mean? It will cover around 25 to 30 Excel graphs and charts, right? And then the final class, financial modeling functions. Okay, what will be included in financial modeling functions? Investment appraisal calculations, interest calculations, installment plan calculations, forecasting, sensitivity analysis, solver, and scenario manager. Okay, I'm assuming that since most of you would be in the professional level, so you would be aware of sensitivity analysis. Am I right? Have you heard of sensitivity analysis before that? Okay, not sensitivity analysis probably, but you must be aware of limiting production, limiting factor. Is everyone aware of limiting factor? Are you aware of limiting factor? No one? Yes. Okay, so we'll be learning how to calculate limiting factor in how to work with limiting factor in Excel using the solver function, right? The solver function. Okay, so this is the training outline, the 12-day training outline. And apart from this, we'll be covering the basics as well, which is not actually included in this 12-day session. But before the session begins, we'll start with the basics. So everybody is at par. Okay, coming to the benefits of the courses, why should you take it? Firstly, it's a value addition to your CV, right? For example, if you mention in your CV that you have a strong grip on advanced Excel, definitely you'll be preferred to the rest of the candidates. Secondly, CV is an important thing, but what I believe is that self confidence is a bigger thing. Once you know that, uh, in fact, um, I hope that all of you know everything in the industry, every calculation or every working is prepared in Excel. I hope you know that. So, Excel is something that everybody from the beginner level to the advanced level is working on it. In the industry, it's literally Excel that's holding the structure of your finance and accounts and everything like that. Financial modeling, forecasting, budgeting, everything is performed on Excel, right? So, if it's such a common and such a useful resource in the industry or in firms, wouldn't it be better to have a strong grip on it and begin your professional journey with a distinct edge and with the confidence of having strong grip on it? What do you think? Like, who would be a confident professional? One who has strong grip on advanced Excel, or one who like goes into the profession with no expertise or no concept or no even no basics of Excel, and would be relying solely on his seniors and team members to learn Excel? What do you think? Who would be preferred for workings, and who would be preferred, like if a senior has to pick up a team, who would he prefer? Someone with no knowledge of Excel or someone who has a strong grip on Excel? What do you think? Who would be preferred? Nobody has any thought on it? Okay. Yeah. So, and the last thing, the last benefit is that after learning advanced Excel, you'll be able to perform tasks that are available on freelancing websites, right? If you go there and check, there are different activities that you can perform if you have a good grip on Excel. For example, there are requirements regarding template making, calculations, data transformation, data cleansing. So, all of that is possible if you have a good grip on Excel. So if you learn Excel, advanced Excel, you'll be able to earn through freelancing. Okay. The next thing, since this is our opening batch with you guys, so we do have a discount of 25%. So if you are a Pakistani student, instead of 10,000, you'll only have to pay 7,500. And if you are an international student, you'll have to pay $37.50, right? This is a discount of 25% on your total fee, right? So if you are a Pakistani student, you will have to pay 7,500. And if you are an international student, you will have to pay $37.50, right? Okay. Uh, Coming to facts, first of all, how will the classes be conducted? We'll be conducting our classes via Zoom. Yes, you will get recordings without any additional charges. You'll have 1 year access to the recordings on your portal. Expected duration with the current plan of 2 classes per week, we'll need 6 weeks. But if you guys agree to have 3 classes per week, we can wrap it up in 4 weeks. So that depends on your commitment and your consistency. If you agree on 3 classes per week, we can wrap it up in a month, in 4 weeks. If you say no, we won't be like easy, we won't be comfortable in grasping the concepts, and we'll need more time to practice. It's all right. We can have it done in 6 weeks. So it's your choice. Which version of MS Excel is required? MS Excel 26 or any above version. Like if you have Excel 365, that's well and good. 2021, 2019, well and good, but at least you need to have Excel 2016 version, right? So thank you from my end. This is my that's it from my side. Now it's time for your queries. Please feel free to reach out whatever question you have. I'm here to answer all of them. Right. So time for your queries. And please feel free to ask your queries in whatever language you find comfortable. If you want to ask your questions in Urdu, that's all right. I can speak Urdu, I can understand Urdu. I'm the one who's responsible, right? So please feel free to ask your question in Urdu or English, whatever suits you, right? And if you want, I can turn on the mic as well if you want, or otherwise you can type in the chat and I'll respond. How long the class timings be around? Uh, Class timing would be 60 to 75 minutes, depending on the queries that you guys have in the class. But obviously, if you are done with your practice, you can leave the class once you're done. 75 minutes is for those who can't like figure out or who can't practice on their own. So they'll have to stay, they'll have to practice with me, or probably if they face any issue, they'll have to stay with me so I can get their screen shared, and then I'll look up what's the problem actually. When are the classes going to start? Most probably next week. Most probably next week, since as you can say that the live participants, the number is very low. However, if you see the group, the number is very high. So I would wait for those who are relying on recordings. Once they are finalized with the recordings, we can finalize our schedule. Okay. Any other question regarding the outline, regarding the duration? In fact, the duration I've mentioned uh, quite particularly, but still, if you have any question, please feel free to ask. How to make payment? Okay. So this is something that we'll share in the group once we get the responses from different students who are actually relying on recordings. So we'll, instead of bothering you again and again, we'll have a combined message sent in the group that will mention all the procedure regarding registration, the payments, the transfers, right? Okay, okay. One thing that I'll make sure is that uh, firstly I'll have to like see in the class the regular students. I'll have to gauge that who the regular students are actually, right? Once I am done with that, I'll try to make sure that the regular students are not bothered regarding the timing. So I'll send a poll before every class as yeah, I didn't send the poll before this class, but once we are done with the registrations, I'll try to send a poll before every class so we can finalize the time with mutual agreement, right? For example, if there's a regular student who wants to attend the class live, so I'll share the poll to make sure that they're accommodated, right? So if the majority agrees with a timing that is after 9 p.m., for sure we'll conduct the class after 9 p.m., right? Okay, Alison, from where are you? And Mitchell, Michael, sorry, I guess he has left the meeting, but Alison, where you from? Do we have any other student from outside Pakistan? Okay, Trinidad, nice. Do we have any other participant from outside Pakistan? I'm asking just to make sure that I had to make arrangement regarding the timing, so I need to know the timing difference. So, what's the time there, Alison? Currently, what's the time? Okay, so we almost have a timing difference of 10 hours, roughly. Okay, the rest of the students are from Pakistan, right? All of you are from Pakistan. The rest, okay. What about the others? Why aren't you participating? Look, as I mentioned that I like interactions with the students, so I'll be bothering you in the class as well. I won't take out names, but I'll be bothering you with my questions that I'll make sure that once you are done with the classes, you don't need to practice at home. At least not for mastering it, like at least not for basic understanding. I'll make sure that whoever is present in the class, he gets with done with the record with the practice as soon as the class ends, right? Okay, all right. So, any question, any concern? What are the relevant skills aside from Excel needed for business advisory at Big Four? Okay. Well, you'll need to have a strong grip on Power Query and Power BI because that is a very core part of data analysis. You need to have strong grip on Power BI and Power Query. Power Query is actually used for data transformation, data cleansing, and for visualization and data analysis you have to use Power BI. So these are the two other softwares that you need to have a very good grip on. In fact, Power Query is a part of Excel. It's an advanced version of Excel. So if you guys after we are done with the Excel course, if you guys say, we can arrange a specific training on Power Query and Power BI as well, like depending on the response that we get from our students. So once we are done with the Excel group, Excel training classes, we can consider the option of trainings for Power Query and Power BI. Is anyone from you doing a job currently, or all of you are students? Anyone working in any firm or any company or doing his own business? Okay, yeah, sure. Listen, if you don't have any other question, you can leave. I'm done with my slides, so now I'm just waiting for your queries. Okay, you're working. That's nice. Well, to book the sessions, do you have my WhatsApp number? I believe you must have, as I'm the one who has been coordinating with you guys. So you can text me, and I'll add you to the group. Okay, that's nice. Well, my name is Hassan. My name is Hassan, and I believe that you joined the class late. So, my name is Hassan, and I am a qualified chartered accountant, and I'm working in PwC Pakistan as an assistant manager, and I'm currently working on a PwC international secondment. Um, well, Hazik, for that question, I guess you need to contact Sir Shoaib. He would be in a better position to guide you that. Okay, is there anything in the slides that bothered you, or that uh, might be, you can say, a concerning point for you? Is there anything? Obviously, inshallah, this will. Since I did my articles in the assurance department, and most of the audit functions that I learned uh, were from that time period. So yes, definitely. In fact, I told earlier that the purpose of arranging this training is to make sure that once you get into a firm, you are well equipped with the Excel functions and formula that you are required to perform there. So definitely, this is going to help you out there. This will help you out in advisory, in external audit, internal audit, and in fact, even if you work as a sales professional or as a management professional, this will be helping you out there as well. So Excel is for everyone. I normally say in my orientation classes that Excel is for everyone, and as I showed in the earlier slide, that uh, my students haven't only been ACCA students. I've taught management students, project directors, sales professionals, IT professionals. So whoever deals in data, Excel is the right thing for him or her. If you're dealing with numbers, if you are dealing with data, Excel is for you. And one more thing, as I mentioned earlier, that the point of focused content. So by focused content, it means that all the functions that you'll be requiring while you perform your work in audit, assurance, or advisory, we'll be providing you with the relevant Excel content, right? So this has been designed to deal with the data that you guys get when you work in advisory or audit, right? Any other question? Any other question? Okay, so I believe we don't have any other questions. In that case, it's high time to end the meeting. Okay. In fact, I'll say till 9:20. So we have 4 more minutes. So the others can leave, and if someone has any question, I'm here for 4 more minutes to address your query. Okay, so I believe we don't have any other questions. So I am uh, stopping the recording. And if you have any question, please feel free to reach out on WhatsApp or whatever is convenient for you. Right? Take care, everyone. Allah Hafiz. Take care. Bye.